Hey there, welcome to Rusty's Sudoku stream. I am Rusty. We have two puzzles to do today. Both of them are number 725. One is an easy, one is a medium difficulty puzzle. I'll do the easy one first because that's the first one I published. And it also separates the easy puzzles for the week from the mediums. We've done the easy on Sunday and Monday. Now it is the Tuesday puzzle. I know, 3 o'clock on Thursday, 1 o'clock a.m. Wednesday, my time. And that's just the way it is. Is it the way it was? Yeah, that's somebody else's trademark. And arguably, even then, it was not. One more square to fill in. 3 more cells. And that's all of them. So if this validates, you get 20 seconds to see if you can get a head start on me while I look at the cat TV for just a couple minutes. It validated. So you can grab a screenshot if you'd like. Do other things. I have a chat window going. So if you have questions for me, I will do my best to answer them. Because, you know, sometimes that can be helpful. And that's over 20 seconds, so let's see what we can do. One of these two is a 3. And one of these two will be a 3. Down here, I've got 2 possibilities. I've got 2 possibilities here, 3 here, and it looks like 5, no, 8 here. All right, how about 1s? I've got 2 possibles for a 1 here, 3 here, a 1 that goes there, 1 that goes there. That cuts this down to 2 possibilities. All right, these two can't be 1s, so one of these two will be a 1. Might be that one, don't know, but it's not going to be that one now. So that's a 1, that cleans up this one. And then over here, we end up with 2 possibilities for 1 as well. 2s, we get 2 possibilities up here. 3 possibilities at the moment here. 3 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here. That means I've got 2 possibilities here, and the 2 is going to be one of these 3 here. And one of these 3 down here, and I've got 3 possibilities here that are not, well, they overlap the other 2 squares. All right, how about 4s? Got a 4 here, another here. This one's blocked here, so that's a 4. One of these 2 will be a 4. Down here, I got 3 possibilities. I've got 4 possibilities there. 5 here, and 5 here. All right. 5s. Got a 5 here and a 5 here. And that means one of these 2 will be a 5, not a 4. Oh, wait. We've got 2 possibilities left for the others. This is going to be a 9, and this will be a 8. So one of these 2 will be a 9. Many possibilities up here. One of these 2 will be an 8. One of these 2 will be an 8. That's going to be an 8. One of these two is an 8. And that's going to be an 8, making that not, and that is. And it looks like 8s are done. But we were looking at 5s that got us kicked off into this. So 3 and 5 are all both possibles here. That doesn't help me much. I got 3 possibilities for 5 here. Up here, I've got 2 possibilities for 5. And like I said, 3 possibilities here. All right, 6s. I got a 6 here and here. Also 6 here and here. All that combined means that's a 6. And one of these 3 is a 6. It's going to be this one. And 6s are fully populated. 7s. I got a 7 here. One of these 2 will be a 7. One of these 2 will be a 7. Because these 3 are all blocked from being 7, so it's got to go there. Over there, these 2 are blocked by this 7. One of these 2 is a 7. I've got 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. And that means I've got 4 possibilities here. Unfortunately, over here, I've got way too many possibilities. Already took care of the 8, so let's take a look at 9s. We've got a 9 here, a 9 here. One of these 2 is a 9. One of these 3 is a 9. Already earmarked 2 possibilities here. 4 possibilities up here. 4 possibilities here. So let's run through the numbers again. 1s. This one's going to be a 1. That's going to be a 1. And that takes care of 1s for the board. 2s. We've got these 2 possibilities here. These 2 possibilities here. Now we've got 2 possibilities here. Over here, all of these 4, but these 2 are possible. And actually down here we end up with these 2 as possibilities. How about 3s again? So that's taken care of. That's taken care of. There's 2 possibilities there. This is going to be a 3, which makes that a 2, not a 1. That's not a 2 anymore. That's a 2. Let's see. Still have 2 possibilities for 2, but because I've got that 3 there, that's blocked. So not a 3. This is a 3. That makes this a 2. And this becomes a 2. Oop. Hold on. Back up on that. Okay. 3s. I've got 2 possibilities for a 3 here. Over here, I've got 3 possibilities. Okay. How about 4s now? Do we get anything better with that? Well, yes, we do. This becomes a 4 because this block, or this row is blocked. This row is blocked, and this is blocked here because of this one. So we've got a 4 there. That means one of these 2 will be a 4. Down here, I've got 3 possibilities for a 4. Same here. Take it back. I've got 2 possibilities for a 4 because this blocks this one. All right, over here now, I've got 3 possibilities for a 4. That can't be, so that's a 4. That becomes a 7, not a 7 here. This is 5s and 3s. 5, 3. I got a 3 over here, so this one probably won't be but we'll see. So over here, one of these three will be a 5. Oh, hey, this is not a 4. We do get to narrow it down to that being a 7. That makes this a 7, not a 7 up here. This is going to be an 8. Nope, not an 8, a 9. That makes this a 5, this a 2. And one of these two is going to be a 3. The other is going to be a 5. And that's not going to be a 5, so that's a 3. This is a 5. Yeah, this can't be a 5 because that's a 5. All right. Not a 3 anymore. One of these two is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So where do we get 7s? I've got 3 possibilities for a 7. And how about a 9? I've got a single place for a 9. So one of these two is a 7, not a 9. That means not a 7 here. This is a 3. That makes this a 7, this a 4. Okay. So this can't be a 2. One of these two will be. This can't be a 2. We get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This looks like it might be a 7. Yep, a 7 and 9 are the possibilities here. So if we can narrow or lock that 9 out for some way. Not good. It might be there. We'll see. All right, 7 and 8 there. So this is still possibly a 7. That's a possible 7. Neither of these are. And let's see. So we've got 2 possibilities for 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 possibilities for 7. 2 for an 8. How about 9s? I've got 2 possibilities for a 9. This can't be a 9. All right. So down here, we've got a 1, 2. One of these two is a 3. I've got a 4 going in here, which means not a 4 there, that's 4. We get a 5 down here, right here. That makes this a 3 and a 9 here, which makes this a 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one becomes a 7. 2, 7. 7 here. 9 here. 2 here. 8 here. 7. 9, 8, 3, and 5. Hey, 11 minutes and 58 seconds to solve this one. One moment while I note that. All right. Hit play again. I am going to go back up here, custom game. And now we pull up the medium difficulty puzzle. Now this is the one where if we end up taking taking an hour before we get it solved, I stop. Okay. I stopped the game at that point because it's no sense to me to force you to watch me, and if YouTube decides it needs to post a commercial so that they can make money off of me, figuring an hour is good for them to do that in, and I'm not going to worry about it at that point. All right, that should validate. And again, if it validates, you get 20 seconds to start on it before I take a, or I try solving it. Get to watch Cat TV, see what else is going on. See that all my 3D printers are idle at the moment. One needs me to put the cover back on the router. All right, and 20 seconds. So let's see what I can do. One of these two is a 1. Over here, I got 3 possibilities for 1 there, 4 possibilities there, 2 possibilities here, all kinds of possibilities there. 2, we got a 2 here, a 2 down here, gives me 3 possibilities there, 4 possibilities there, 3 possibilities there, looks like 3 possibilities there, 5 possibilities here, 5 possibilities here, and everything's open here for a total of 6 possibilities. All right, 3s. One of these two is a 3. I've got 3 possibilities here. Up here, I've got a 3. Over here, we've got those taken care of. One of these two is a 3. I still have 3 possibilities here, so I can't mark that, or I'm not going to mark it. 4s, we get a solve here for a 4. I've got 3 possibilities for a 4 there. However, one of these two will be a 4. That means one of these two is a 4. All right, one of these two is a 4. One of these 3 is a 4, and I've got at least I've got 5 possibilities for 4 in here. Nope. Yep. All right, 5. 5 there and there. One of these two is a 5. I've got 4 possibilities for 5 there. A 5 comes in here, so now I've got 2 possibilities for 5 here. 2 possibilities up here. 6 or 5 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here, which cuts this down to 1 possibility, and we end up with 2 possibilities down here. On to 6s. Got a 6 here. I don't see any others popping up as highlighted, so 3 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, 5 here, 4 here, 6 possibilities there, everything's open there, and like I said, 3 possibilities here. 7s, we get a 7 here, one of these two is a 7, one of these two is a 7, and that's a 7. On to 8s, this 8 up here means we've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. Here we've got an 8, so that drops this to 2 possibilities here, That can't be a 4, so that's 4. That might help elsewhere, but oh, yes it does. Well, sort of. One of these two is a 4. That's 7 helped that, and I didn't catch her. That means one of these two is a 4, but I'm looking for 8s now. So one of these two is an 8. I've got 5 possibilities here. All kinds of possibilities here. And 3 possibilities here. What's 9? I got a 9 here. A 9 here. Gives me 4 possibilities here. 3 here. 3 here. 4 here. 4 here. 4 possibilities here. Oh, hold it. 9 here. So we are down to 2 possibilities here. 4 possibilities here. 4 here. And that's going to do for that pass. Let's go back through and look at ones. We get 3 possibilities for 1 there. 2 possibilities here. Here we've got 4 possibilities. I've got 2 possibilities for 1 there. 2 for 1 here. Neither of these can be a 1, so 3 possibilities here. Well, we have 3 possibilities here. So not a lot of help with that. I'd like to put a 1 here, but since that's a possibility, I'm not going to do that. 2. We got a 2 here. Now we've got one of these two as a 2. Does that help down here? 4 possibilities there. 3 here. 5 possibilities here. No, take it back. 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. 4 possibilities there. And 4 possibilities here. All right, that's for 2s. How about 3s? Do we get any improvement there? 3 possibilities here. We do have 2 possibilities here. Two possibilities there. 3 here. Not a lot of help there. Okay, 4s. We got these 2, these 2. That's a given, so one of these 2 is a 4, one of these 2 is a 4. That's all I can do with that. 5. We got these 2 as a possible 5s. These 2, given there, given, or well, learned there, given here, given here. 6s. 6 there. 3 possible 6s here. 3 possible here. Everything is open for 6s there. 5 possible 6s here. 4 here. 4 here. 6 possible 6s here. 6 possibles here. Yep. And 5 possibles here. 7s. Still stuck with that. 8s. So I've got 3 possible 8s here. 4 possible 8s here. One of these two is going to be an 8. Because none of these three can be an 8. I've got 2 8s earmarked here. These two can't be 8. So those two are going to be possible 8s. I've got everything possible to be an 8 there is there. That means 2 possible 8s here. All right, 9. Two possible 9s there. 3 possible here. 3 possible here. 4 possible here. 4 possible here. 4 possible here. All right. Now let's see if we can flush out anything that's kind of left. Let's start here where we've got 7 and 8. We're down to 3 possibilities here. Three possible 1s. 3 possible 2s. We've got a 3, 4, 5 in here already. 2 possible 6s. Down here, we got 1s. All of these, well, those two can be 2s. And we've got those for 3s as well, so not a 1 there. That turns that into a 1. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. I'd like to say just 6, 6 here, but I can't eliminate. Oh, wait. I've got these two locked into the 6s because these two are 7, 8 pairs. That means the 6s are here. All right. So this column's almost taken care of. It looks like one of these two is a 1. Can't put it here because that's part of a pair mix. That can't be a 1, so 1 there and 5 here. So not a 5 there. This becomes a 5. This is left as being a 9. These cannot be a 1. So that's a 1. And we move on. So, a 1, a 2, and a 3. Pair of 4s, pair of 5s. And 6s can potentially go everywhere. 7s. And one of these two is an 8. How about up here? Okay, that can't be a 1 anymore, so this is a 1, means one of these two is a 1, which locks the 7 1s here. And we should probably clean up there, but 2s can go here. Also up here. We got a 3, 4, and a 5 already. 6s. I've got 6 or 4 possible places for 6 now. Here. And 2 possible places up here, because none of these 3 can be a 6. How about 7? We got those 2 locked in, and this is provided. 8s. That blocks these two. 7, 1 blocks these two. So one of these two is an 8. How about 9? Looks like I've got 4 possibilities for a 9. Oop, not there. No, that's because I put that one there as a 9, not as an earmark for a 9. All right. And then up here, we've got the 1, pair of 2s, 3, pair of 4s, pair of 5s, pair of 6s, 7 and 8. And that can't be a 9, so that's going to be a 2. Let's earmark these as all possibly 9s. That can't be a 2 anymore. That's going to be a 6. So not a 6 here. However, that makes this into a 2. So not a 2 there. We've got a 1, a 2, 3, a 4, and a 5. So 2 places for a 6. A 7 is given. 3 places for an 8. And 3 places for a 9. All right, down here we've got, this can't be a 1 anymore. And I believe that makes this a 1, which means this is a 7, this is a 1. All right, 2s. I've got 4 possibilities for 2 in this square. 3s, I've got 2 possibilities for 3. Looks like I've actually just got the 1 possibility with that 1 where it is. Okay, 4 and 5. I've got 4 possible places for a 6. 7 is provided. How about 8? All 4 of those can be an 8. Those 2 are marked. Yeah, one of these 2 is an 8. Nope. Not an 8. That gives me 2 places for a 9. So not a 9 there or there. That makes, oh, that does not make that a 9. That makes it a possible 9. This is a possible 9 as well. All right. And we get to tidy up this square. So we've got 3 possible 2s. How about 3s? Looks like we've got a single place for a 3, which means not a 3 there. That's a 2, that's a 3. 4 is given, 5 is learned. So everything else could potentially be a 6 so far. Though probably not this one, because I've got a 4-6 pair affecting that. 7 is given. 8. Looks like I've got these 2 as possible 8s. And this is going to be a 9, which means nothing up here. All right. This can't be a 6, it's going to be a 4. But not a 4 there. This is going to be a 6. This is going to be a 4. Not a 2 here. I probably just placed that there a few moments ago. One of these 2 will be an 8. These two will be an 8. It looks like this is going to be our 8. Not an 8 there. 8 there. 6 here. And 2 here. 5, 6 pair here, still ambiguous. All right. Can't be a 6. That's going to be a 2. So not a 2 there or there. Also, not a 2 here. That's going to be a 6, not a 4. Not a 2, or not a 6 here. 5 here. That makes this a 9, and this becomes a 2. That makes this a 6. This is a 2. This is also not a 7, so that becomes an 8. That's a 7. And this is no longer an 8. This can't be a 6, so that's an 8. And this is going to be a 9. This will be a 9 as well. 8, 6 pair here. Okay, this, or these two have a spare, and oh, neither of these can be 9. So that's going to be a 4 here and a 5 here. That makes this a 4, this an 8. Not an 8, not an 8, 8. Not an 8, it's going to be a 6. This is an 8. This is going to be a 6, and this is going to be a 9. Oh, and down here we get to finish up that 6. And that took us 21 minutes even. Hey, how did you do? This was a medium puzzle, so 21 minutes is respectable. It's not great. I'm not doing this to be the fastest. I'm doing this to learn better ways of figuring out how to solve these puzzles. So, if you have tips, feel free to leave them in the comments. Feel free to leave them as chat messages. If you're watching and know something I could have done differently, I appreciate it. We will look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, where I'll do a single medium puzzle on number 726 of the Sudoku Store's 1000 medium Sudoku puzzles. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.